This episode of Southeast Iowa Today is brought to you by Griner Auto Body of Washington, Iowa, using state-of-the-art techniques and decades of experience to get your car back on the road after an accident. Car Doctor of Washington, Iowa. No matter who Frankensteined it, they can fix it, clean it, and customize it. McDonald Boneyard of Keota, Iowa, for all your farm equipment and auto recycling needs. For great food, it's Your Choice. Your Choice Family Restaurant of Wayland, Iowa. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Come to our cruise-ins this summer on the second Tuesday of the month, June through September. Girling Repair of Winfield, Iowa. If your mower is dead, call Fred, your Husqvarna, Aaron's, and Gravely dealer. Fred also fixes and sells snowblowers. B&B Propane and the family of jet stops. CW Tree Trimming, LLC. We're into your trees, not your wallet. Serving all of Henry County and the surrounding area. We offer a senior citizen and veteran discount. Dutch Market and Coffee Talk of Washington, Iowa. Dutch Market can handle all of your grocery needs, and they even have a conference room that you can use for free. Coffee Talk's drive-thru is open and ready to serve you coffee, energy drinks, sandwiches, baked goods, and ice cream. They all present you the award-winning Southeast Iowa Today. Here's the author of Christie's Journey, The Beat Goes On, and your host, John Bain.
Thank you, announcer Cody Roy of NewEnglandDukes.com for your golden pipes and wonderful introduction. I am in front of the Jefferson County Courthouse in Fairfield, Iowa. The Board of Supervisors had their weekly meeting today on Monday, July 21st, 2025. And I'm breaking this up in a couple of parts. This is what I'm going to call part two, but you may be able to see this first. I'll probably release this episode first. And this is the part of the meeting where on the agenda, it is addressed for Sheriff Bart Richmond's request that the county pay some more legal fees that he has amassed due to County Attorney Chauncey Moulding appealing Sheriff Richmond's win that he had in court a while back, where he was won and is supposed to be removed from the Brady Giglio list, and Chauncey Moulding has not done that yet, and in fact he has appealed that decision. And in this episode you will see Board of Supervisor Lee Dimmitt implore to Chauncey Moulding and to Bart Richmond that this needs to stop, and the only way it can stop is if Chauncey Moulding stops it. So I'm going to have an interview with Sheriff Bart Richmond as well as an interview with Lee Dimmitt, so hold on tight, here we go.
Discuss and consider legal fees, number 8 in your packet. John will let you take the ball and run with this, see how you put it on the agenda.
Before you have a list of the costs that Bart has incurred trying to protect himself, and he has come to me and asked for reimbursement of these fees. And I have reached out to legal, and I have not heard anything back yet, and so I'm not prepared to say a lot about this yet. So, do you have anything to say, Bart? Okay. We paid fees before, and something needs to be done. It's costing, and it's unnecessary. It went through one court and he was told to be removed, and that hasn't happened. So we have to protect our county employees, the way I feel. I don't know what to say. Anybody else have anything to say dealing with this?
Yeah, I've got something to say.
Oh.
Morning. So I wasn't actually asked to about this, so I'm not sure what legal you reached out I put together kind of a memorandum on the status of the law on this issue. So it does address the legal permissibility of and public purpose implications of the Board of Supervisors authorizing taxpayer funds to pay the legal fees incurred by the sheriff for a personal lawsuit that they filed against Jefferson County. Sheriff Richmond was previously given $40,932, is my understanding, in county funds for attorney fees that was contrary to the legal advice that was provided by my office and others. He's now apparently requested an additional approximately $7,000 for appellate costs. And so, basically, I'm just here to set forth the status of the law. Such expenditures are not only unlawful, but they constitute a violation of the public purpose doctrine, and they may be subject to recovery. And that's what I need to stress for you guys. For background, he was placed on the Brady Giglio list due to concerns regarding his interference with an investigation into an alleged unlawful use of force by a deputy. He filed a lawsuit against Jefferson County in his personal capacity, alleging reputational and employment harms. He's the plaintiff in the action, Jefferson County is the defendant, and despite receiving legal opinions from the Jefferson County Attorney's Office, as well as opinions from the insurance attorney for ICAP, there was a payment that was made several months ago for that $40,000 some odd dollars. He's now requesting an additional $7,000 for appellate costs. There's three issues here. Attorney's fees are only recoverable when authorized by law, and specifically, the statute in question does not authorize attorney's fees. ADF.1 provides for an appeal, however, it explicitly disclaims the creation of any private cause of action and does not authorize the recovery of fees. Now, the duty to defend that you just referenced, it does apply when an individual is acting in their official capacity. However, this lawsuit was done in his personal capacity. Again, the county is the defendant. So essentially, what's being considered here is the county paying a private lawyer to carry forward a suit by a officer acting in his individual capacity against yourselves. There's no duty to defend and no duty to reimburse. And the key to this, the key issue here is the public purpose doctrine. Public purpose doctrine requires that any expenditure of public funds be done for a public purpose. Now, there's a case on point here, I'm just gonna read it verbatim. A public officer may pay out public funds only when the law requires or permits him to do so, and only in the manner provided by the statute. So the statute directs the manner and method of payment. A public officer, that would be the board, has no right to give away public funds and must deliver such funds or property to the public official or function for whom or which they were intended. Any public officer who wrongfully withholds or misappropriates public funds or who pays or authorizes the illegal payment of public funds is personally liable for such misappropriation or illegal payment. Thus, it's been held that a public fund dedicated for a special purpose may not be diverted to any other purpose except by the authority by which it is dedicated. Courts should not discourage actions on the part of citizens to compel a strict observance by public officials of their duties, but as far as authorized by law, should encourage such practice. Citing Carter versus Jernigan. It's been affirmed by the county attorney's office. It's been confirmed by the county insurance provider. This position's been confirmed by an auditor from our private independent auditor, Anderson Larkin. It's been confirmed by a representative from the state auditor's office and by an individual from the attorney general's office. There is no ambiguity and there's no dispute here. What the sheriff is asking the board to do is illegal and in violation of law. My final issue here is the clarification with regard to House File 862, which I think you referenced, Lee.
Yeah.
It doesn't retroactively authorize prior payments. It doesn't apply to lawsuits initiated by county officials in their personal capacity, and it was not designed to reimburse plaintiff's attorney's fees. It's not relevant to this case. What that does is it authorizes when there's conflict, the hiring of counsel, but not to sue us. That's not the intent of that statute. So the consequences for authorizing an unlawful expenditure would be that they need to be repaid. The state auditor and the attorney general may intervene to compel repayment and enforce compliance. So my recommendation to the board here is that all competent legal authorities have told you that this course of action is against the law. The board should seek repayment of the prior illegal authorized payment of $40,932. It should be reviewed for recovery, and any additional expenditures would just compound the liability of the county here. It's the board's obligation to serve the public interest and uphold the law, and my office does stand ready to provide further legal advice or to assist in any recovery. So that's, I just needed to reiterate where the law stands on this because it is black and white. Obviously the board can take whatever action they deem appropriate, but I would have felt remiss in not doing my duty to provide you with the best advice and what the status of the law is here, because an illegal payment has to be recovered. So,
Well, I'm not so sure that it's black or white, but the reason I say that is no.
oh, well, I was just gonna surrender the board here.
You're perfect, right, you're fine. So, in regards to Article 3 of the Constitution, state constitution, the Iowa Supreme Court has held it will not find absence of public purpose except where such absence is so clear as to be perceptible by every mind at first blush, and it says the purpose of showing beyond a reasonable doubt a violation of the constitutional prohibition and of negating every conceivable basis supporting the governmental outlay apparently rest upon those persons alleging an unconstitutional outlay. The Supreme Court also stated that public purpose, quote, should not be construed narrowly. It must have sufficient flexibility to meet the challenges of increasingly complex social, economic, and technological conditions. So I don't see it as really being all that black and white.
Well, that would certainly be what we stand on if we, if there was an action against us.
Right. And, you know, it says the governing body shall defend its officers and employees, whether elected or appointed, and shall save harmless and indemnify the officers and employees against any tort claim or demand. Now, I know that doesn't apply in this situation, but, and I don't know, as far as House File 862 goes, I don't see that quite as clear as you do, because I don't see anything in there that states the purposes that you enumerated, but that's okay too, because my greater concern, to be perfectly honest with you, is I just don't understand why we're still here. I don't understand who benefits from this. It's certainly not the residents of Jefferson County. I don't think you do, and I don't think Sheriff Richmond does. I know we don't. And for me personally, I am in a very difficult position here, and I believe that I wouldn't have near a problem with it if it was actions on my part that brought me here, but it's not. It's the actions of two elected officials, right, wrong, or indifferent, that I think has put us in this position, not just me. But the previous conversation that we had regarding this issue and the decision that was made, whether we agree or disagree with the decision, I made reference at that time, and I looked right at you when I said it, that this can't be open-ended. That I can't, you know, we can't continue, you know, I don't know where this ends. That's my concern. I would, if I don't want to have a fight with your office, I don't want to have a fight with his office, and I don't want the two of you to have a fight, because I don't think it does either one of you, I'm sorry, I don't think it does the residents of Jefferson County any good at all.
Completely
None.
agree.
And I would really beg you to drop this at this point and let's just move on from it. And get back to the business of the people. I can't go, I cannot break my word when I said this can't be open-ended. I went back and I reviewed the minutes of the meeting, I went back and I watched the video of the meeting, and I was pretty clear on what I said at the time. And I have to stand by that. I don't like it in one respect, in another respect, I don't think we should be here. I don't. And I'm asking you personally as a friend to reconsider and end this and not pursue it any further.
I would love that, Ray. I would love that, Bart. We are the defendant in this case. We didn't take this action. So,
Well, but I get that, but you appealed it.
I did.
So that was the action that you took. And that's what I'm saying. You have the option to withdraw that appeal and end it. And whether, I'm not going to take sides as far as should he have popped the popcorn and put butter on it, or should you have offered the butter, or vice versa. I could care less about the popcorn and the butter at this point. I'm looking at what I think is the bigger picture, and I see no winners in this at all. None. I think that we all come up losers. I think it's a bad look on Jefferson County as a whole, and I think it needs to stop. I think we're better than that. And I'll be the first to say, I make mistakes all the time, and then I have to correct those mistakes. I'm not suggesting anybody's made a mistake here. It's a difference of opinion, whatever the case may be. But I have to abide by what I said, unless it's determined that I misspoke or something. But when I said that it can't be open-ended, that's what I said. But I'm going to apply to your senses and ask you to reconsider this and move on from it.
I'd love to have that conversation with you, Bart. My
Would you
door's
please
open.
do that?
What conversation is there to have?
I don't know, Bart, I just know it has to be.
I'm not sure what he's
I guess
wanting
that's
to converse
well,
about.
I don't know either. I
The
don't know.
whole thing was fabricated from the beginning. It was his actions, not mine. It was all him. And this has been going on a long time.
Yes, I agree with you.
It's been going on since 2020.
What? What do you mean?
Just the stuff you've been pulling, Chauncey. You know, don't come here and send memos to the board trying to control and bully them, because that's what you do with everybody. Just stop. Just stop.
It's about a very specific issue.
What's that?
It's about a very specific issue here. Right? But I'm happy to talk about all this. We should probably do it privately, anyway.
I would
always
just,
wanna have
I
private
would ask the
conversations.
county attorney, and I assume that this is going through the county attorney's office. It probably should be, otherwise it becomes a personal matter, and I'm not sure the legality of that, and I don't wanna go down that road. I'm just asking the county attorney's office to drop the appeal and end this, and then you guys can have a conversation, you can work out your differences, and I'm sure there's differences, and I'm sure that both sides have legitimate arguments, but I can't emphasize enough that this is such a bad look, and we just need to stop. It just needs to stop. This is absurd, with all due respect. Susie, Joe?
I agree with you, Lee. It's, I don't know, it's like child's play, fighting against each other. And, I have talked to somebody else, we're supposed to go to the county attorney's office, but I can't reach out to you because you're at the root of the problem, just like Bart is. And, It's like the fox guarding the hen house. Because you're gonna tell me what you want me to believe.
Joe, I'm
And-
always going to give you a straight answer. I hope you recognize that.
Well,
have a duty to-
I question it with this ongoing thing here.
That's-
I've asked you 3 times for how many dollars, how many hours you spent dealing with this. I've yet to hear an answer, and I'm asking it for the 4th time.
Don't break that, Joe.
Okay, so see why I'm feeling this way. So, I'm asking too for you to drop the appeal and be done with it. It's just a waste of money. And whatever we've paid him, you've probably spent that much or more on your side. So,
But this is exactly the conversation, I mean, we've got media here, and I'm not finding fault with media, so don't misunderstand. What I'm saying is that, we're better than this. The county is better than this, we've got more important things. And I'm not saying it's not important to you, Chauncey, and I know it's important to Bart. And I understand that, but you know, we sit here and we argue over budgets and things, and when I say argue, I mean, you know,
discuss.
and we try to do what we think is best for the residents of Jefferson County, providing for roads and providing for law enforcement and providing for ambulance service, at the same time trying to keep the cost of those operations down. And we can't really accomplish that successfully when we're fighting amongst ourselves, and I wish that, I mean, and I could say to you, Chauncey, where's the benefit to the residents of Jefferson County? And I know in your mind that you could make an eloquent argument to what the benefits are. And I understand that, I don't doubt that your sincerity in that regard. I may not agree with you, but I don't doubt your sincerity. By the same token, I understand your frustration and your anger and being upset and having to endure through this and what you view as a personal assault. And I reiterate, through all of it, what do we gain? What do we gain from this? And I see nothing. I can't go to Bill, I can't go to Bob, or anybody else and say, here's your benefit, Bob. Here's your benefit, Joe. Because it doesn't exist. It's not there. Yeah, it's a legal argument, and you may be right on your legal argument. Both, if you are right, what did we gain? Nothing. And so, I don't know what I can do, I don't know how I can persuade you, I don't know if the others can. I think my position is pretty obvious. I think it needs to end, and I think we've been thrust into the middle of a situation that none of us has to be thrust into, but we're here. And so, back to you guys.
You know, I sit here and I listen to this. It's not unlike the teacher dealing with the 2 8th graders. We all need to respect each other. We're working for the people in the county, not our own egos. I'm sorry. There has to be, but I sit here and I listen to Chauncey talking about a possible somebody have to pay this money back. Have you guys thought about that? And I just all of a sudden thought, my goodness, if we have to pay it back, do we all 3 have to pay it back? 40,000 divided by 3 is how much?
Well, honestly, that's frankly the least of my concerns. I guess I'm more concerned about I don't know what I think we have to understand, I hope that we understand, I think we have to understand that this is costing more than money. And it's things that we can never get back. And when it comes to anything and everything we do, where's, I don't have any other way of saying it. I asked you multiple times, I guess, and I'm asking again, because the ball is actually in your court, and you know that. And so, part of the basketball reference, but that wasn't intentional. But it is, the ball is in your court.
Well,
And
I would love to put this stuff behind us. I think we should have a conversation, you and I.
I'm asking you to take that step, just as I'm asking him to take that step. I'm not asking you to acquiesce to anything, but I would like to see the conversation take place. And
And then the problem is it's $40,000 too goddamn late to have the conversation.
Bob,
Excuse me, if I'm not supposed to say anything yet, but I've been here a long time.
you're not, because it's not public comment.
Well,
So,
you don't wanna hear what the public's saying.
I,
That's the problem. You and you both fucked up.
okay.
No, you did, by
Hey,
coming in
no.
here.
Hey,
No, I did not. I'm here because people asked me to come in and say something.
Okay.
So that's what I'm doing. And you had the same thing told to you at McDonald's 3 mornings in a row.
And I told you we didn't use taxpayer dollars.
Okay, so I apologize for that.
I think we all need to watch our tempers.
And
It's
so,
not called for. We aren't elected to use our tempers.
so if we can end this, that would be would be the most beneficial, I think, for everybody. I would ask that, we table this for a week. And you guys have a conversation and see if we can't end this. Can we do that?
You can do whatever you want to see our meeting.
Well, there's no point in, we can't do it. We can't have the conversation. If I could wave a magic wand, okay, I'd take the straw out of my cup and,
Don't do that.
okay. So that's where I'm at.
Yeah, this entire thing really started from an interference with an investigation and a stonewalling by the sheriff, so I would love to have that conversation with you, Clark, so. My door's open, always open. Might not be open tomorrow, but, any day other than tomorrow.
Cause I think that's a best case scenario if we can end it. If we can get the appeal dropped or pulled or whatever the technical term is, yes, sir.
Point of input, is this public comment before the tabling? This is important to every citizen here, everyone who votes for you and everyone who can't vote for you, everyone who lives in the county, is that there needs to be a level of trust between the sheriff's department and the county attorney.
I agree.
And the county attorney is, one of his important aspects is mitigation of risks. He needs to be able to understand how to protect the county when lawsuits are brought against the county, and how to be able to be prepared to decide, is this something we wanna go to court and fight, or is this something we wanna settle?
Well,
And so
I think
as
that
such.
I think you're conflating multiple issues. Number one, the district court ruled he was a petitioner. We weren't a defendant, we were a respondent. He petitioned the court for a redress of his grievances. The court, right, wrong, or indifferent, the judge ruled on several things. One, according to the judge's opinion, it's just the judge's opinion, I wasn't there. The judge indicated that Chauncey had violated statute.
It's
So-
all a sealed, this is all sealed document,
No,
we
it's
can't
not.
see it, no, is that the court hearing and
Yeah,
all the different
it's-
things
and
that's
the judge's-
available for
and the
looking at?
judge's opinion.
No, not the opinion, the
Sir,
court.
Sir, I'm telling you what the judge's opinion is.
I know what
and
the
what he
judge's
ruled.
opinion, I read.
And his were good for you, then you know what I'm talking about. And what I'm saying is that the jury, or the judge ruled, okay? Chauncey didn't agree with the ruling and he filed an appeal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that is a legal step that you take. But the fact is that the judge did indeed rule that at least in his opinion, and he was the arbiter, that there was no lack of candor or dishonesty. He also noted that it might have all been avoided if there had been an answer to the email. I don't know whether that's true or not. Again, as you just eloquently indicated, I wasn't in the room. But my point is that I just want it to end. I wanted it to end the last time. And, you know, this arguing over it doesn't do the residents of the county any good. You just saw a gentleman leave, he's upset, I understand it, I've known him for years, okay? I don't like that. That's what I say, that's what I mean when I say there's absolutely no benefit to the residents of Jefferson County. I would think you would agree with me on that there's no benefit.
There's a benefit to the Jefferson County residents to find a resolution that allows both sides to feel comfortable in. Right now,
Then let them work it out.
they haven't worked it out yet.
So I'm
And
asking you
how much longer
to-
will it take, and how much more money will Bart have to potentially spend?
Exactly, that's why I wanted
To
to
do
end.
this.
That's
It
why I
won't.
wanted to end.
It won't, they have differing opinions in the professional approach. And so he's taken,
Okay, okay, yes, Susie.
Why do I remember, I don't know for sure if I remember, somewhere in my mind, I remember you saying at that meeting, when you guys approved to do this, that there would be no more money, that you were done.
Exactly my point. I'm saying I'm true to my word. But that
I
doesn't,
just wanted to point that.
no, well, I pointed it out earlier, it's in the minutes,
Uh-oh.
okay? All right, I said it.
you did, I heard it.
And so my issue is that if I have an obligation in this, it's to try to implore you, the person who has the control of the reins at this point, to stop, to end it. And that's what I'm asking. I think that that's in the best interest of everybody. And both from a professional standpoint, from a personal standpoint, from Jefferson County as a whole, and I mean the residents of Jefferson County. I trust Bart explicitly when if I'm out in the middle of nowhere and I need help, he'll put his life on the line. I believe that you would do exactly the same thing. I don't think that there's any question about that. And I'm not concerned in that regard. The same as I trust our folks that run the ambulance. I mean, so,
You're 100% right, this never really should have gotten to this place, and I think that's clear in the judge's ruling. This, it's really unfortunate that we're here.
so let's, when I say let's move forward, I mean, let's drop it, let's stop it and just end this and that's me. I'm gonna have to go back to it again. As I drink some more.
Yeah, I know.
Tabling this will not change the fact that Bart's been billed 7,000 and change?
Under 7, yes.
Okay, so 6,000 and change, yeah. That he's gonna have to pay, or someone will have to pay.
Okay, so the conversation is with us. It's our responsibility to do so. Go
You
ahead,
said we
Susan.
were tabling it, correct?
Well, we can, yes, but I also agree that, if you guys can, I don't see any need for it to be back on the agenda if you guys can end this. At all. I mean, I know what I have to do, I don't like what I have to do, but I know what I have to do, because I know what I said. But you just said just acknowledge the judge's ruling and that it didn't. So I'll take you at your word and I'm asking you to drop it.
I understand.
Joe, Susan,
I'm just happy they're getting together to talk about it.
Can't wait.
will you do that for me, Bart? For me? I know it's not what you wanna do, but I'm asking you to. Thank you, I appreciate it, I really do, more than you may know. Okay, so what did I do with my agenda? Is that my agenda? No? Okay, committee reports. Thank you.
I had the Madison Barnes meeting last Thursday.
Thanks,
You
Chauncey.
get to figure that out.
Sheriff, we're just, the Board of Supervisors meeting on Monday, July 21st just ended. You, along with County Attorney Chauncey Moulding, have been asked by Lee Dimmitt, County Board Supervisor for Jefferson County, to get together before next week. And his hope is that this will end. He basically told Mr. Moulding, and we've got the video on it, that this needs to stop. What are your thoughts?
I agree it needs to stop. It should have never happened in the first place. The whole thing was fabricated from the beginning, and I won in district court. He's trying to control who holds the office of sheriff. He's trying to get me removed from office, and he will not drop this thing. I guarantee he won't.
No.
I'm not suing the county. I'm defending myself and the office of sheriff.
And the bottom line is this: you were put on the Brady Giglio list, and that was done by the county attorney.
Correct. It's all his actions, and he continues to push this story. It's completely political, and it's harassing and defamation. He's ran to news outlets and gave them false information.
And the bottom line is you won in court, and you should be off of that list.
Correct. I won in district court, and he's appealed it. And it's incurring more legal fees.
And 2 out of 3 of the Jefferson County Board of Supervisors stressed very clearly to the public and to everyone in the meeting that they want this stopped. They want it to end. There is no benefit for the county of Jefferson County, or for the residents of Jefferson County.
Correct. There is no benefit to the residents of the county by continuing to attack a political party.
So besides doing your regular routine each day, going to work, serving the residents of Jefferson County, Iowa, you've got this on your plate.
Correct. And it's been a heavy weight.
I bet it
And
is.
it's been going on a long time. And I want it to end, and I will defend myself. I'll defend my position as sheriff.
And I would expect, you would hope that any sheriff would do that.
Correct. Correct.
So, Mr. Moulding's going to see this, and I always welcome if he would like to talk and be on this podcast. You can reach out to me. Just go to my Facebook page, sir. Go on Southeast Iowa Today with John Bain and send me a message, and we'll get together. Any final thoughts, sir? I know you're very busy, and so far this is at 3 minutes and 6 seconds of podcast excellence. Anything else that you would like to say at this time? I would like to ask you a ton of questions, but I promised you before we went on, in full transparency to the audience, that I would just touch base on what was talked about today. But if there's anything else you want to mention.
I just appreciate you, John, just for your honesty and not getting one side of a story that's false, fabricated, made up. He continues to push his narrative, and it's not true. So I appreciate what you do for the public.
Well, thank you very much. And Mr. Moulding, we were happy to hear your side too. Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Lee, thank you for your time this morning. There was a lot that went on at the Board of Supervisors meeting here in Jefferson County today on Monday, May 21st. But what I really got to ask, I mean, all of it's important, but there's something that's been going on for a long time, and the county sheriff was here, and the county attorney was here today. And on the agenda was a request from the county sheriff, Sheriff Bart Richmond, to being reimbursed for another almost $7,000 of attorney fees. And you, sir, you explained to everyone that was watching, everyone that was here, both gentlemen have eloquently explained their cases over time. Sheriff Richmond won in court, and his name should be removed from the Brady Giglio list. And County Attorney Chauncey Moulding is appealing that. And this is continuing. And you said, how does this benefit the residents of Jefferson County? And we'll take it from there.
Well, I think that that's the $64 question, I guess. I don't believe that it does. That's, it's my opinion. I don't doubt that our county attorney believes in his cause, and I don't doubt that the sheriff believes in his side of the equation as well. I think that they both have valid points, and but to me, it's like what you just said. I don't see any benefit to the residents of Jefferson County, both from a financial perspective, from the perspective of being able to conduct business. The look, I don't know if the look, some people may not think that the look is important, but I think that it is, because I think it paints us as dysfunctional. And to some extent, the observation could be a reality depending upon, how you look at it. You're right, the county attorney is in control of the reins on the wagon, if you will, because he's the one that filed the appeal. I will acknowledge, I don't know if you picked it up or not, I'm sure you did, but he did indicate that the court ruled, and that maybe it shouldn't got to this point. I think that all of that is true, but we are here, and so moving forward, I think the only way we can move forward is to end it. Even if the county attorney's office was successful on the appeal, I guess to me the question has to be asked is, what did you gain from it? Okay, I mean, there might be a personal victory. There's a constitutional question, possibly. I think that's what the appeal is based on. But what do we gain from it? What do the residents of Jefferson County gain from it? Frankly, what is the two entities that are at odds right at the moment, what do they gain from it? And I don't think either one of them professionally or personally gain from it. I know we don't. I know that the Board of Supervisors has been thrust into a situation that none of us asked for. And the unfortunate part of that is that then we're asked to be an arbiter. You heard some folks here today that were passionate about their position. The one gentleman that left, concerned, I've known him for years, and he can get passionate as far as that part of it goes. Bill, and forgive me, I can't remember Bill's last name. He spoke eloquently as well.
Is Bill with the county, or
he is on our Board of Health?
Okay.
But to me, the issue comes back to the two individuals that are at loggerheads at this point. You pointed out that I had made the comment in the first go round on this that it couldn't be open-ended, and I stated as much in the meeting this morning, which was recorded as well as written. And I went back and I reviewed the meeting on March 24th, because I know what the minutes stated, and I can't.
And I know there were a lot, I think I know for a fact several people that I talked to were not happy with the decision to reimburse
That's
the
right.
sheriff.
That's right.
But there were also just as many that were happy. I mean, you folks in the supervisor positions, the three of you, it's it's a hard one. It's
It
not
is.
an easy.
No,
I mean, a lot of times when people are in positions that they're working, for the public, serving the public in a government position, you're looking for probably in most cases, my guess is a majority feeling, see how things are, but also have your own views and thoughts and your beliefs too, because that's what folks have voted for all of you for. So I don't envy the three of you
Well,
on
and
this at all.
that's what I meant when I said that the board didn't ask to be placed in this position. And there are, philosophical differences can occur, and you have conversations and you vote certain ways, and that's part of the process. And we sign up for a lot of stuff when we run for election. We sign up for some of these things. But I think that what bothers me the most, I don't know if bothers the right word, but the thing is that I have a situation here that was not of our making, but now we're being asked to participate in it. We have no control over it, no jurisdiction. They're elected officials, but we're being asked to arbitrate. And I'm sympathetic to the expenses that have been incurred. I do not think that it was necessary, but I also stated, as I said a few minutes ago, what my position was the first time around. Because I may not be the most intelligent light bulb in the box, so to speak, but I recognize that this could be an open-ended. That's why I implored the county attorney the first time to drop it, to end it.
Well, when he sat down today, before you imploring again for him to drop it, he had a list of different legal agencies that he said they said that your payment for the first time was not right.
Right. Well, he was using statute and stuff, but I also quoted back to him the Supreme Court, and he acknowledged that would be the argument. Okay, and I understand that, and then I also indicated at that point that was the least of my concerns. I want it to stop. It has to stop. And I indicated that the court suggested that if the sheriff had answered the email, maybe it could have all been avoided.
You did.
I don't know whether it could have or not.
You doubted that it would.
Well, it's just, but the point is that there's all of these what ifs. If this had happened, if that had happened. But it didn't, and so here we are. The one person that has control over this is the county attorney. I felt like he was receptive to the idea. I don't know what the conversation would be between the two of them. I looked right at the sheriff and I asked him as a friend to take that step.
He reluctantly agreed.
Yeah, he did. And I mean, I don't think he expects it to have a shall we say, a positive outcome, but I think that if you go into it with hope that, maybe it will.
Sometimes that's all we've got is hope.
Yeah. We shouldn't be having these conversations. That's not what we're here for. We're pitting neighbor against neighbor out here for no good reason. You heard it this morning.
Yeah.
And as you indicated a little bit ago, you have folks on this side of the equation and folks on this side of the equation. And, there's pros and there's cons, and Susie and I disagreed the last time, but we didn't disagree personally. We disagreed for what you will call it, legal reasons or statute reasons or whatever.
And it was that topic. It doesn't affect your working relationship with
Right.
each other on other topics.
But to me, what we've accomplished here is dividing a community that for 40 years has been divided in one form or another in terms of constituencies that we have living here. And so anything that we do that exacerbates that problem is not beneficial.
Right.
And I also stated that the perception of the public is, can we function? When they call 911, they want to see the sheriff. I mean, the point, and I do, the other supervisors I think can attest to this. I know Susie can. Joe hasn't been here maybe long enough, but when you talk to supervisors in other counties, they're going to ask you, what the hell is going on in Jefferson County? Okay, we're being viewed as running off the rails.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just that, but my point is that that's my point. Well, what does it do? What good does it accomplish? I mean,
And I've attended several meetings over the past several months, and there's a lot of good that's accomplished every week. And it's noted, it's on the agenda. People come in, people thank you, you just lots of things that are good. And like you said, it's a shame that something like this comes along and makes focus more on this than other things. But that's the human nature. People want to see it. They liked it. They liked the mix up for a while.
Yeah.
But they also, after a while, especially something like this that's gone on, it's just like, get it, be done with it.
We as a board, part of the previous board was obviously involved in this, but we created an ambulance service, something that we'd never had. We never had a public ambulance service before. We had private with relative degrees of success, but we did that. We did that as a board, and with the help of a lot of people, we're making it work. And that's a good thing. Yeah, there were some hiccups, to be sure, and we dealt with the hiccups. I think we all were with the understanding that there were going to be hiccups, but we had a gentleman here today, a disabled veteran. We're trying to work things out for him. And those things get...
And it sounds like you did.
Well, we certainly hope so.
I mean, he's going to have to follow certain procedures for the abatement at the proper time.
But those things get swept under the rug because of the what you said, I can't remember.
Distractions.
Yeah. So I'm hopeful. I am. Whether it comes to pass or not is unfortunately is not up to us.
But we should know a week from today.
Well, I'm hoping that we don't get it. I hope we don't have to revisit it. Period.
So it may not be on the agenda at all. So
I'm not going to. I didn't put it on this last time. I don't intend to.
So your goal or your hope is the two gentlemen will get together.
Yep.
And one or both of them or the two of them at the same time on a speakerphone call, you or Susie.
I'd love to have them both here and
say, hey,
get a picture of them shaking hands.
We're done. Yeah.
I mean, whether or not you want to mute this for a second because I got a cough.
Oh, well, I can't really mute it.
Okay, well, I'll try not to then.
Okay. I don't have that much technology, Lee.
I get it. So it just.
But we could wrap it up if.
I'll end it on this note.
Okay.
I believe that we've got two elected officials that genuinely want to do what's best for the residents of Jefferson County. And I believe that our Board of Supervisors does as well. But sometimes we come at it from different directions. Mm-hmm. It's not a question of not wanting to do what we think is right or what is best. But sometimes the approach is different. The reasonings behind it. So we get here. Now we're relying on these two folks to see if they can end it. Obviously, the county attorney is the one that has most of the authority in that regard.
He's the one that can make the decision to end it.
Right. And I felt like that he was receptive to the idea, and I hope he takes the steps to do it.
Well, I shot video of it. I was just sitting right over here behind me to the right, and he definitely appeared to be receptive in his responses. So we'll hope for the best.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
Where do you stand with all of this? Put your comments down below. Share them with us. Make sure to share this episode with your friends and family and anyone in between. And to give this episode a like, follow, and subscribe. It's free. Thank you for watching. Thank you to my sponsors, Griner Auto Body, Car Doctor, McDonald Boneyard, Your Choice Family Restaurant, Girling Repair, B&B Propane, and the family of Jet Stops, CW Tree Trimming LLC, Dutch Market, and Coffee Talk. I'm your host, John Bain. Stay friendly, Southeast Iowa.